Welcome everyone. Hope you're having a good morning. I'm your host, Too Real from Mainstream, and we're going to be giving my quick brief and analysis and thoughts and reactions to the yesterday's game between the Indiana Fever and the Washington Mystics. Washington Mystics. Now, this is their second matchup of the season, so they've already played each other two times early in the season. Um, I don't really have much to rant about, but I'm just going to give my thoughts and opinions on this because I know you have a lot of people that already yesterday were putting up uploads and on the rants, like whether they win or lose. I'm not going to do that. Even though the Indiana Fever won, I didn't like what I saw yesterday. That was a nasty game, definitely a nasty game. It was a low scoring game in the first quarter. And just where the score played out, you could tell that both teams was basically kind of pretty much just somewhat playing trash. That was a low scoring game, so I'm not very impressed by the game's outcome. I saw a lot of things in the first quarter that was just, this is just ridiculous. Um, Now I know Indiana Fever won. Yes, you guys know. This is the Caitlin Clark Nation. So no matter where she's at, this is the Caitlin Clark Nation. So we already know about that. So it's good to see Caitlin Clark did her thing. She shined, hit the game winner. Definitely, that was good. Big to watch and amazing. But I just wasn't impressed by the game overall, but I am also glad that they actually have Dantas back getting playing times because I said that was a problem with the previous losses that they had. A couple of games they lost within the past previous three games was due to the fact that their size. Everyone knows that the Indiana Fever lacks size, and that's a big problem, especially when you're playing up against teams that have multiple big players. Indiana Fever tend to always struggle. And I told you guys, this is a problem with the Indiana Fever. When they are faced off and matched up against teams that have more size than them, the Indiana Fever struggle because they lack the rebounds. They get out rebound. That is a big problem and issue with the Indiana Fever. And that's why I said I don't see Indiana going too far really this season with the roster they have constructed together. You have to do something about the issue with you guys' lacking the ability of being able to get rebounds consistently throughout each game. It's a big problem, and it's going to always come and bite the Indiana Fever in the rear end. But so it was good that Dante's back because I know a lot of people were like, "Oh no, put Dante's down and put someone else up on the active, give them more playtime." No, see that's the problem. You guys say, "Oh well, Dante's be jacking up shots and she misses a lot of those threes, but she does make some though." But the problem is that's not what Dante's is meant for. Dante's is meant to help give us that size. So all those people talking about Dantes needs to not be having playing time, take her off the active roster is completely insane because she is she helps what they actually need. If you notice, people want to talk about a lot of shots she was jacking up threes and talk about her defensive. But you have to understand what she was really good as was picking up those extra rebounds that we needed. And instead of allowing teams to have three or four rebounds to give them multiple opportunities to shoot shots back up. That was a big problem with the Indiana Fever because we lack the size. So Dantas not being on the active roster is completely idiotic. But now, as I said, to get ready to wrap this up because I don't want this to be long. Like I said, I'm not really impressed by this game victory by the Indiana Fever. I am happy and impressed with Caitlin Clark doing what she normally does is hitting up that game winning shot, which the same happened. If you notice, the same thing happened in the first game this season against the Washington Mystics when she hit that last at the end of the fourth quarter shot to take it in overtime, which Indiana's Fever should have won that game, but it was not because of her. Like I said, the CC Nation, we're gonna keep being alive and active. We're gonna keep representing CC. Just know, Caitlin Clark, we're not gonna stop rooting for you, no matter what all this BS going on all over media, mainstream media. We're gonna keep rooting for you because we know what you can do. But as I said, right now, I'm still not impressed, and I haven't changed my mind about the Indiana Fever as far as the outcome of this season. I'm not impressed. I think that the Indiana Fever still needs some roster adjustments to be made. Now we're talking about trades, possible trades. I think that if there are going to be some trade moves, I think that it's not going to be right now early in season because if If the Indiana Fever was smart, you would wait to close to the halfway point, or when you get maybe during the All-Star break or a little after the All-Star break. I think that's when the trades needs to be done if the Indiana Fever are going to make trades. There's a reason for that, but I want to save that for another upload when we go more to talking specifically just about trades. I'm going to do a live stream about that. And we're going to be talking about trades and possible trades and why it's best to not do trades now, but wait until maybe All-Star break or right after a little bit after All-Star break. But as I said, congratulations to Caitlin Clark doing what she always does and getting the win for the Indiana Fever. But as I said, I'm not impressed with this roster, and I think there's still a lot of flaws with this roster. But we're just going to have to wait to see. Like I said, this is going to be a long season, and I'm not going to be one of them that's going to be rooting, chanting majorly when we win, and then turn around and do the other way and we lose. No, if I have a point and I stand by it, I'm going to stand by that point, like I said, and that's just the way it is. But overall, congratulations for Caitlin Clark hitting the game-winning shot. And if you guys notice, you notice the rivalries that Caitlin Clark had in college. If you notice, she tends to play more vicious or go major, like when she sets fire when she matches up against those same rivalries that she had in college. You notice that's when she really gets turned up. I'm just noticing that. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping or not. But that's all I really have to say for this. This was just short to give my opinions and thoughts about it. I'm not going to be getting all rowdy and ranting like some of these channels. Oh, the Indiana Fever won. Caitlin Clark hit the game-winning shot. Oh, we don't try. No, because right now we are basically still right now looking 500 right now, and then we still may possibly go under 500. So I still think there's a room for a lot of improvements, and I still can't understand why they don't have Justine Passat on the active roster. So I just can't understand it. I'm curious to know what you guys just think, what your opinions and your comments about the game. What are your thoughts about it? Does it change your views by Indiana winning yesterday? Does that really change your views about the Indiana Fever? And what do you guys think about Justine Passat? Do you guys agree or disagree? Do you guys think that Justine Passat should be on the active roster, especially since the Indiana Fever lacks size? And as I told you guys before in previous videos and uploads, that you can't have someone like that sitting off of the active roster unless you have some plans for her as far as this whole trade package that may come sometime, maybe in all by All-Star break, a little after All-Star break. Because why would you have a 4-position player still not on the active roster? But that's all I have for you guys. I want to thank you guys once again for tuning into Too Real for Mainstreams. You guys have been showing a lot of love to the channel. So until next time, peace.